Okay, a weekly update. This time it's nothing new. It's an unstructured chat, right? It's about time. I still like to maintain monthly update. So I would like to talk about synthetics, or we call artificial intelligence, AI, right? We call synthetics. Why I call synthetics? Because it comes in many forms, right? AI, self-drive cars, self-cleaning robots, all kinds of robots that can do the brain surgery as well, right? But really it's not about AI, it's about us, about how human can live into the future, right? And so mentioning a little bit about what I would think when I think of future, and why we think of future, or we think of the trend, right? The trend is so that we can act smart now, right? It's all about action now. There's no point to dwell in the past, and future is another form of past because it's coming from the mind. So we use our mind to inform how we make decisions now, moment to moment. Okay, so I think the number one thing, right, I would think of when I want to think of future is there's a big trend that is happening that actually is very fundamental, very essential, that which is our population is declining. It sounds deceptively simple, but it's actually very, very profound, because how the world works, how our companies, economy, the finance, the people, the groups works based on a lot of assumptions, that the underlying assumption of those assumptions is that people are growing, we are growing, population is growing. Maybe we assume a lot of things based on that assumption without knowing, right? We assume that the population is growing, so we are continue to consume. We need things. Therefore, the world as a big factory producing things, and of course the garbage as well, right? How we consume the earth, right? From food to many other things, right? The manufacturings and also resources, right? We drill wells to get the raw materials, iron ores or petroleum related, any resources, and we produce things. Now, what's to do with AI then? Well, AI helps. Why? Because we've been operating under those assumptions to consume and to operate for so long, that the population has been growing for so long, since Adam Smith. Do you know Adam Smith? The one who wrote The Wealth of Nations. So that's the cornerstone of all the economic activities. So Adam Smith and the other theorists or economics, or the people, important peoples, right? They invent the market, the theories and all that sort of stuff, so that we people prospered a lot, right? We progressed heaps. And Yeah. But actually, if you look into, I can't show you the chart. You should look into those and to see how the population has been growing from the early like 18th or 19th centuries. The population just going up and up and up, and it's almost, when you look at the curve itself want to continue to grow exponentially. And so then you don't take my words for words, right? You question that. So why someone is telling me it's actually decreasing? Can it even be possible, right? So you need to be critique here. And then you think of how you so you can bear that question in mind, right? That okay, then moving on. So we are bad at making changes. We are bad at change, especially the long-term change, right? I'm talking about the long-term, not about our lives, right? For population to decrease, it might take 20 or 50 years, but the trend is there, right? So I'm not directly inviting you to make some change of that can influence your or my life, because your or my life may be next 20 or 50 years. That is quite a short span, right? But even that, technology can make changes quite swiftly. Anyway, so we're not good at making change. So AI could help us, and we need to learn to live with the synthetics. How? So that we don't need to have so many cab drivers. Those Indians and Pakistanis don't have to drive cabs. I'm sorry to being racist. So, or Chinese, like me, don't have to drive Ubers, right? They can do that with self-drive systems. So it frees us, intelligent people, to be engineers or dentists, right? But again, AI may well be much better like a dentist or a doctor, a GP, or even a specialist that can operate than human being, right? So it frees us up. It frees us up to do what we want to do, what we can do, what we are more in our nature to do compared to AI. So now, what is AI? Not like I am robot, right? It's really about all the past knowledges and experiences and the knowledges, informations, they all can condensed into one teeny tiny chip that can build into even a lamp. Like soon, the LED that light on, off. The LED that light no more than all professors in Cambridge University. Now, this is not trying to disrespect education or not disrespect scholars or not disrespect even the attainment of the knowledge. No, those are necessary for our human sake to be civilized, to inform us to be more sane, right? We don't go nuts. We have a sound philosophy or the idea of life. It's nothing to do how smart or the progress of synthetics. Okay, but if population, questioning everything, right? So if population is decreasing instead of increasing, and we have less labor to do all kinds of works. And if we still like to maintain at least, even not just maintain our current level of comfort, which means I can have go to dentist every 6 months. I can sit in my big house and to enjoy the lifestyle, right? Or drive cars or go to restaurant. I still want to enjoy those things. Then synthetics or the robots could help us to extend. Otherwise, maybe sooner for us to drive to self-destruction. We may be gone sooner without the help of AI. Now, AI won't help us. It's almost as if coexist, because they are developing their own consciousness, machine consciousness. There's sci-fi fiction talk about those things for decades. Very interesting things. So anyway, there's a book called If an Android Can Dream Sheep at Night. That might be the title of the book. So how we can coexist, can cooperate, live together with the robots may be a very viable way for human to extend into the future. All right. Now the last point. So 3 points this time. First is the assumption of many assumptions of society is the population is increasing, and we need to question that. Second is that this might be a good news that robot or the synthetics help so that we can cooperate and co-live well into the future as a species of human. The third thing is maybe of a more real application of us, how to think. Now, it really doesn't matter what you study or want to do as a job or me, right? But regardless of that, learning is lifelong, and all decisions, small and big, we can continue to grow from them, right? And with that, I would think that in the future, when AI can do all those techniques or all those books that with a clear scope, so all the jobs that you can scope out, like scope, do you know what I'm saying? Like a job scope or job description, a JD, when you apply a job description, JD, anything that has a JD written down, AI can do way better than us. From doctor to driver to whatever, to even landing to the Mars. Anything that you can specify. JD, specification, manual, description, all the things that you can come up with such a statement to scope out. AI could do. And if I can do better. Because once Shakespeare says, to err is human. So we're born with flaws. From the body to the mind. Mind, we're tangled with emotions. Body, we are troubled with sickness and ailments, with all the neuroses, right? The AIs don't have. So we can't compete with them in that department. So how can we live well? Doesn't matter you study whatever, right? But since you can choose, right, it helps. I think we can do well with arts, creative things. We can sing songs. We can sing bad songs poorly. That can still have a laugh, can still relax and enjoy. We enjoy our company, friendship. We love, and we can sit with a patient that's sick, or we can sit with a pet that is sick or needs to be adopted, which is what I'm doing to help cats. I don't know how long this will last though. So to give, right? To give voluntarily, to give and to make our heart expand. Maybe to be psychoclinics, right? To do social works, to talk to people sick in any way, who are troubled in any way, to help out. Writing poems, however bad it sounds. See, those things, you can't scope it out. You can't describe to an AI. Say, hey AI, write a poem. Oh, sure, yeah, but still it will search like good poets, right? Like Whitman, Yeats, Shakespeare, or all those kind of poets. But if you ask AI to write a bad poem, even if it comes up with a poor line, you won't have much of a laugh as sitting with your friends and exchange bad poets. Now, I know what you're trying to say. What about be real, right? That how to get a job, how to make an earning, right? How to develop a skill. Now, that's good. It's good you think of those things because indeed, to continue to live in this society, we have to contribute. We need to develop good skills that's sellable, that's marketable, that people want it. So that's very important. But still, we can think about how to connect those two seemingly different things. One is the cold hard skills that make me living, make earning, make me independent. Very important. Because if you don't have those solid skills, then your life will be hard. You will earn much less, which means you need to work longer or less free than those who seems to be more like, I don't know. But so that's one, the hard skills to make an earning, a living. And second is how to consider what's more useful or in future. In other words, what's less replaceable by synthetics, right? If you can only design a bridge like an engineer, well, I will be worried. But let's say if you can design a bridge, but then you can also collaborate and build a team of engineers, and you are like a senior engineer who can then supervise and work on a project, right? Good. So that's more soft skills. So you start with a hard skill or like an engineer, but then as you work through, your focus is more on soft skill. It's on working with people, how to influence people, how to make financial decisions, how to forecast the cost of building a house or a bridge, how to control that cost. And those are important things that AI may take much longer to adapt to replace you because, see, work with people is essentially what AI may not be very good at yet because human or people are full of flaws. We know each other. We are the same species. It's like if you look at a bunch of pigs, they can guide themselves into a ditch quicker than if you... So we are a flawed species. We tend to work with each other. We love work with each other. That's human nature, all right? So enjoy that and tap into that potential of yours. Okay, 20 minutes is good. It sounded so, the weather is good. Have a good weekend. And yeah, stay in touch. No excuse.